Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Miners for this session. So we're going to be talking with the team from Shiba Saga, and as I always say, if you are joining us for the first time and you are not so familiar with how we do things here, if you have any question that you would like to ask the team when it's time, uh, you can use the request button, and we'll try to take your questions. All right. So I mentioned we have Shiba Saga, and we have Colors, Mr. Colors, the CEO of the project, and he's going to be the one speaking for the project. So, if Mr. Colors is here, please
I'm here.
indicate so that we can begin. Hi, welcome here.
How you doing? Thank you very much.
I'm I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. So today is a good day. Today is a good day. We get to launch
Indeed.
Shiba Saga finally.
Oh, it's launching today. Amazing.
That's right.
All right. So let's just get right into it. And yeah. So let's start with a quick introduction of the members of the team and essentially like a background prior to the development of this project. You know, how long have you been in the space? What is your experience in the space and all of that? And then we can get right into the project itself.
You mean for me, right? Because
Yes, yes.
yeah, sorry, because I was lagging a bit. But yeah, basically my background. I'm 33 years of age, and my background is I've been in the world of video games since I was 15 years old. Initially, I was a professional video game player, competing in a game called World of Warcraft, which many of you probably have played or heard of. And actually, before then, I was competing in football, paddle. I was a very good player actually, and I just saw esports as a form of very accessible, easy competition. And so I started playing World of Warcraft, started traveling the world. Even before I was 18, I was already in countries I never even imagined I could be in, and I started making a living off of it. Played World of Warcraft for 4 years, and then I moved into League of Legends and played that game for 5 years straight. And in both those games, I was you know, if you're a hater, maybe a great player. If you're a lover, then the best player in the world at different times. Yeah, and also became the largest content creator and actual brand in the world of esports. I remember back in the day when I cared about Facebook, when Facebook was actually a decent platform. I had 600,000 people following me there. When the second one was a team, actually had 100,000 only. So I was streaming as well as a content creator in On3D, which is before Twitch, the streaming platform everybody was watching. 30, 40,000 concurrent viewers, and probably 600,000 unique viewers every session. And yeah, learned many, many things about how to monetize your likeness. And after that, so after 9 years of competition and content creation, traveling the world, playing tournaments and so on, I built uh, a company that is now actually the most successful company in the world of video game competition, which is G2 Esports. I founded that with my own money, bootstrapped it, jumped into the pool without knowing how to swim, and made it the best company in the world in this vertical. And me as a CEO of that company for 10 years, not only did I have a lot of fun, but I also learned everything pertaining video games and video game competition, what people want to play, how to monetize it, B2B, B2C. I sold merchandise, I sold digital items around the world, around different games, sorry, for global audiences. So even though it's not really Web3 related, digital items are, what NFTs are, except you don't have all the fantastic features that blockchain technology provides. And yeah, my team in general has been the best selling team in the world, G2 Esports, in games like Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Rocket League, Rainbow Six, Valorant, whatever are the largest games that have competition in them. My team was the best selling team, the most watched team, and the most competitively successful team. So yeah, I've got to learn a lot about the in and out of video games. I got to build an impressive network that now allows me to do pretty much anything I want in this world and many other verticals. And there's a good reason why I decided to actually enter an already running project in Shiba Saga. When I entered, the project already existed actually, and I've been bombarded with projects. I've been bombarded with amazing offers. But at this point in my life, look, I've alhamdulillah, I've made enough money to not have to think about money anymore. I can just drive supercars until I die rotten. So the reasons are different. I want to build a top 10 coin, and I want to, the same way I became a legend in the world of video games, I want to become a legend in the world of crypto now. So this is my first project, and it's going to succeed.
Amazing. Okay. Now I want to ask a question, right? With all of this, to be honest, this question wasn't originally, pinned down. But from your introduction, I'm curious, with all of your experience and all of that, why did you choose to make part of the project like a meme project? I don't know if you know what I mean. Why not straight up GameFi? And why did you add the meme part to the project? I'm just really curious.
Yeah, it's a fantastic question. It's for the same reason why I didn't make the company that I told you about, G2 Esports, which probably today is worth what, $600, $700, $800 million, and I still own majority of it. There's a reason why I didn't make that company public, and that is because I like to have a lot of fun in these companies. I don't run my companies like banks or like insurance companies. Like, I like to have fun. I'm doing this for fun. We live in a life that I might get run off by a truck tomorrow, and I want to enjoy every second along the way. So I'm good at building businesses that are sustainable and fun, and do it in my way. That means that I call people out. I have fun. I have beef with other communities, because at the end of the day, I don't want to take anything too seriously, because life is a game. And if you talk about a mini game within life, which is business and crypto, it's even more of a game. So I really don't care at all about having too much fun. There's no such thing as having too much fun, yeah? And so I was thinking to myself, how can I benefit from this way I am, yeah, in a business? And having a business that is a good product, which is something I love to build, a sustainable business, which is something I know how to do, and you can have fun with it, which is something that being a meme token or have a meme token a perception helps you with, is just very, very good for me. So I will go into Shiba Inu community, I will shit on them, I will tell them they will lose all their money, and I will destroy their token just by my mere existence, unless they just swap their bags to my token. And I will just do it with a smile and having fun along the way. Nothing is too serious, And not only do I want to build a token that has the utility and the fun, but I want to build a token that also is fun, that is enjoyable to follow. Building a community, like when you talk with corporations, and I've been working with Adidas, BMW, MasterCard, Red Bull, like all my life. I am very good friends with the executives of these companies. I closed 8-digit deals for my previous company with each of these brands. And I know exactly how they operate. They have no fucking idea how to build community, because they're not fun. They're just they're corporations with overly systemized structures and a little bit too much fun, and that person gets fired, so nobody has fun. It's a bore fest. And I don't want to deal like that. I don't want to do business like this. It's just not my.
Okay. Now, honestly, I think that you are
Jenny, I caught you off
really.
guard. I caught you off
Wait, no,
guard.
I know, yeah, because like you mentioned, I am used to meeting CEOs, courtesy of my job, CEOs that are stiff and so, official, and everything's just like so structured, and there's no fun, Um, they're
Look,
almost like,
let me tell you a story. Okay, let me tell you a story. So in the pre my in the world of esports, everybody knows me as the guy that again just has fun, but at the same time is very, very, very ambitious, right? So my company was not only the best in terms of revenue generation and profitability, was also the best in terms of competitive success, right? And all of that is combined with an attitude of we are here to entertain, right? That was one of our slogans. We wanted to, whether we win or lose, you will watch us. Whether we win or lose, you will enjoy our socials. Like you just check G2 Esports socials, for example, at G2 Esports on Twitter. We're all the time making fun of ourselves. Even when we lose, we make fun of ourselves. Even if we lose and our fans are so disappointed, we will make a fantastic meme 15 minutes after, and people just move on because it's a fucking video game. It's a fucking video game. What are we gonna do here? Kill ourselves? I'm not gonna kill myself for a crypto project. This is a fun project, okay? So let me tell you a story. One time there was an event in Berlin. It was a competition, and my team was playing in that event. And we have different headquarters. We have one in Berlin, one in New York, one in Shanghai, right? And so because we know Berlin very well, we know the structure of Berlin very well. We just know everybody in Berlin. So we were like, okay, so this event of Valorant, which is a first-person shooter game, is happening in Berlin, and all the teams around the world, the best teams around the world, are coming. And we were like, okay, so how can we use this to our advantage? There's a team called Sentinels. This is an American team. They were the most. They were actually the only team that was more relevant than ours. They were doing a fantastic marketing job, but we never played against them because we were a European team and they were an American team. So I was like, okay, how can we have beef against them if we have never played against them? So before the tournament, I started beefing with the CEO for no reason. I was just calling him all kinds of things. I was just having fun, And the poor man just didn't know how to get it, how to take it. And so the fans started, getting behind the beef. And eventually, when the tournament arrived, we were the free tournament G2 against did. I entered a plane, and I had a banner behind the plane that said "Fuck Sentinels," and I flew that plane around Berlin for the totality of the tournament. And it was during COVID, so the Sentinels players would leave the hotel to buy something in the store because they had to go back to the hotel due to COVID. And the first thing they would see is an airplane that says "Fuck Sentinels," and the whole city of Berlin vandalized, saying "Fuck Sentinels, get out of our town. This is G2's town." Blah blah blah. And it just goes to show. Everybody was like really shocked. What is this, bro? This is like so BM, so bad mannered, so unpolite. But guess what? First game of the tournament, viewership record breaking. And we won. We beat them, actually. They didn't lose for 2 years, and we beat them for the first time. They were like completely mental boomed. And that's the story. That's the kind of story of G2 and the way I deal with things. It's just, it's a fucking video game.
right. Fun indeed. Okay. Let's not, I don't want to get carried away by all of these interesting stories. So let me ask some really important questions about Shiba Saga, starting with there are so many games in this space. Honestly, I think that okay, let me speak for myself. I think at a point I got tired. Anytime a project says we're launching a gaming project, in my head I feel like it's just the same. So what would you say sets Shiba Saga apart? Makes it different from other games out there?
Well, first of all, the actual business makes sense. Like, it just happens to be, or have Web3
Okay. I think Mr. Carlos might be having some connection issues. So yeah. Well, and that is something that I totally understand because these connection issues can literally just make things crazy sometimes, and well, there's Twitter too. So I guess we'll just wait for him to come back and join us, and then we can continue this interesting chat. Okay, just a second.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry. The problem is that
It's
I
fine.
have a big villa, and I bought this knee rover after I broke my leg, and I just go around the home with my knee rover at 20 kilometers per hour, and I like to do that while in calls. So I just lost connection with the Wi-Fi. It's my fault.
It's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
What I was saying, oh yeah, that most of these blockchain games projects, instead of wanting to be good video games and then add blockchain technology to it that essentially improves the experience, they make a blockchain project that happens to be a game. And most of these games are complete fucking garbage. Like I was saying before, if Axie Infinity would have launched on Steam as a Web 2 game, nobody would have given a single solitary fuck because the game is garbage. I can tell you 1,577 AA and games that are better than Axie Infinity, maybe even developed by one person over the course of 7 months. And so that is literally almost every single blockchain games project out there. If the game is not fun, people are not going to play it. If the project does not make sense, and the only thing that is special about the project is that it happens in Web3 and there's a token attached to it, then there is literally no inherent reason for that project to exist. So in a bull market, a lot of these projects will continue to succeed just because a rising tide raises all boats, right? Even the fucked up boats that are not supposed to be raising, the fucked up boats that are not fast and solid, those raise too, you know? But then when the tide goes down, then only the strong boats get stay up. So I'd say that first of all is that the project makes sense. Okay, the project is sustainable. If it would have been a Web 2 project, it would still make sense. It would still be sustainable. It would still be successful. These video games that we are launching are video games that are already played by billions of people. They're proven already. Okay, we don't have to prove anything because the market has approved the fact that the market is the evidence that these games work and want to be played. And what we're doing is we're launching these games, but actually with increased better features. Not only you will be able to spend in-game fiat actually in having cosmetics, boosters in these games, just like the games we are mimicking, but also you will be able to finance actually a portion of those costs, or actually maybe all of those costs, by connecting your wallet. You know what I mean? So it's a literally increased better experience, better gaming experience than playing these Web 2 games that already exist. Then number two, what we do with the profits, as many of you already know, is that we are actually buying back our own token and burning it. Decreasing supply, increasing price, yeah? And what we're doing, that's what we do with 85% of our profits. Now keep in mind, this business has very low costs. I cannot get exactly into why. I will not get into exactly why, because I would give you the meat of the bone, the meat of my bone, but the costs are very low. So the profit is going to be high. And whatever is not profit will be invested in marketing, which will again increase revenue and increase profit. So 85% of the profits are going to buy back our own token and burn it. And 15% of the rest, the 15% of the profit, the rest, will go into buying the tokens of a specific community and burning it. Now, what we're doing with this, we are essentially getting pretty much free publicity by hosting, whether it's monthly or bi-monthly, I think it's going to be monthly, polls where we will get all these communities to vote what token they want us to buy with 15% of the profits and burn it. So essentially, this is not only going to be an auto-sustainable business because these Web2 games we know will bring revenue. That is my background and the background of many of us. We know these games will bang. So we know we do have a long-term viability on the business, but also that actual viability is going to increase the chances of other projects to stay afloat so long as their communities are engaging with us. So it's a win-win, right? They win as communities and we win because all of these communities promote our existence. That's why I'm so convinced that in the long term, this can not only become a top 10 token as a result of our own current white paper and what we want to accomplish, but eventually, once we become a big enough player, what keeps us away from actually being the publisher, the developer, the our own chain for actual blockchain games to launch on? Nothing keeps us away from that. So my ambition with this is very, very high. And yeah, sky's the limit. Actually, the sun is the limit.
All right. Now I think that, and this is speaking from my opinion. Now, most games in the space are usually what do they call this game? The Call of Duty type of game, where you're shooting guns, and I'm not used to games like that.
Yeah, they're
But
like
I
AAA,
think
like
that
very, very expensive to produce, 20 to 40, 50, 100
exactly,
million production.
yeah. And not all of us know how to play those games. But the fact that I can actually see some of my top games here in the wolf paper, Subway Surfers, Temple Run, Fruit Ninja, oh my god, Candy Crush, Angry Birds. These are games that I can actually play, and then knowing that I can play these games and not just have fun, but also make money from it. It's like my teenage dream coming true. I don't know if anybody else can relate because I played Temple Run so much so that I thought to myself when I was a teenager, if all of these coins I was collecting could be actual money, it would make me so happy. And then having it happen now is exciting. Okay, so exciting. And this is like the first for me. So this
I
is
would,
pretty amazing.
Why would anybody
yeah, I
play?
would just like to add something to what
Oh, who's
Carlos said.
this? Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's
What's up?
Frankie. Hey, bro, what's up? Sorry. So yeah, just wanted to add something that you just mentioned. When it comes to play and earn projects, right? We need to be appealing to both crowds. We need to be appealing to the traditional gamers. We also need to be appealing to the blockchain gamers. For traditional gamers, we're talking about the nostalgia effect. The familiar gameplay, the real world interactions, because Shiba Saga is actually producing real world products. Then we talk about the tangible rewards, the user friendly onboarding, and the entire gaming community. Now, for blockchain play to earn gamers, it's the simple concept of earning while playing, the cryptocurrency rewards in SHIA tokens, right? The tokenomic strategies, the partnerships, the tier one listings, everything that goes around the blockchain project that you usually find. You will find everything, all of that within our ecosystem. So just wanted to add that on what Carlos mentioned.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, imagine you like to play these lazy games, they're called, yeah? But some of them are more lazy than others. But imagine you like to play these lazy games right before bed. Why in the fuck wouldn't you play the Shiba Saga version of the game versus the one you've been playing when it's a objectively better experience? And you can monetize part of it. You can finance your in-game purchases with the play and earn model connecting your wallet. Why in the fuck wouldn't everybody do this? So the only thing that's keeping the totality of the world from playing these games is marketing. Therefore, every dollar we can spend in marketing, we will spend in marketing. This is going to be insane.
All right. Now, to be honest, all of the questions I prepared prior to this session, about how you're going to maintain, a very entertaining game, for the gaming community and all of that. I think that I think don't need that anymore because for the first time, I am excited about a gaming project. So let me ask some of the pertinent questions, maybe like a quick tokenomics breakdown for us, and also maybe let us touch on the part of the NFTs. NFTs are something that doesn't seem to go out of fashion. Honestly, I've been waiting for it to die, but no, NFT is not going anywhere. So maybe let's talk about NFTs and how it factors into the game, and then we can unmute some of the community members and we can take their questions.
Okay, so just to get started with the tokenomics question, I'm not going to get into technicalities. Of course, I know all of them, but it's not what I like to talk about in these situations. But what people should understand is the following. Most crypto projects are absolute fucking dog shit because, I mean, it's incredible that a project is potentially good when the management is doxed, when the management when people know who the faces or what the faces of the management and the names are. That to me puts the standard so low that is just laughable to me. Again, everything I have done, every single penny I've made in my life, besides some crypto investments on the side, I've done through Web2, which objectively, Web2 has on average higher product quality and higher service quality than what you will find in blockchain and Web3 in general, yeah, in crypto. And so what people have to understand is that I invested myself in this project at launch price, okay? And I have cliff and vesting. I repeat, I invested at the same price that all of you will invest in at 8:28 p.m., yeah? And I have cliff and vesting. So I objectively have a significantly worse deal than anybody buying the token today because I cannot sell the token. I cannot dump it on the chart. It's not my intention, but I cannot dump it on the chart. I physically cannot dump it on the chart, right? So that should tell people enough about the what's the word I'm looking for? Confidence I have in the project. Yeah. What was the second question you talked about? I completely forgot.
Okay. I talked about the tokenomics.
I'm throwing you off today, yeah. Like you're used to follow your agenda, follow your questions. Then this fucking Spanish guy comes and just ruins everything. Chaos, absolute chaos.
Honestly, I have to admit that it's fun. It's been a while. I had fun hosting the project. So honestly, let's go ahead with it. So I actually even forgot the second question I asked because I got so carried away listening to explanation. So
okay.
let's talk about the NFTs. Yes, that's it. NFTs and how if pictures like in the Shiba Saga game, then we can quickly talk on partnerships and then take questions.
Yeah. So one thing. So I'm going to touch on NFTs. I'm going to touch on something else. Okay. We have already closed partnerships, and we have already signed contracts that this is unheard of in the world of crypto. Like I'm dead serious. No crypto project has signed such agreements before. And this comes from my own background, my own network, right? I told you I've been able to build throughout the last 18 years a massive, vast network of absolute motherfuckers, yeah? And that includes the most premium brands you can imagine. And I'm not talking about fucking Adidas, okay? This is low-level shit. My brother can partner up with Adidas tomorrow. I'm talking about real premium brands that don't partner up with nobody, okay? And we already signed some of these agreements. So throughout the first few months, weeks, I will not tell you exactly when because then snipers will be all ready, yeah? But we will be giving you very well thought through news along the way that will continue, God willing, pumping the token and continuously making it accelerate over the many months forward. Okay, and like, again, some of these partnerships are just so mind-blowing. I cannot obviously talk about them, but this is just never seen before in the world of crypto. And now, with that said, pertaining to NFTs, if you read whoever read the Wolf paper, right? That's how we call it, Wolf paper. I'll be honest, I think Wolf paper it just sounds gay as fuck. But you know, I walked into the project, it was already called Wolf paper, and I said, you know what? Let the guys have their name, okay? I'm not gonna change the Wolf paper. I think it's gay, but it's okay. We keep Wolf paper. Now, we talk about the existence of a metaverse, yeah, which we are going to develop eventually. This is going to take 1.5 years plus, but the intention is to have NFTs become a part of that, right? Right now is probably the worst possible time to think about NFTs, and we have to be very mindful about how we invest our mind space and our resources. And you know, day one, that will not be NFTs, but the moment will come when it is the moment, okay, for NFTs. We will get more specific as time goes by. We have a couple of collaborations already ready and a couple others in talks, but it's not the moment yet to mention it.
Okay. Before I take the first question, let us get more information about the launch of Shiba Saga, like the date, the time, and any information that we need to know regarding the launch of the project.
Sorry, you can repeat?
Oh, I was like, could we get more information, like anything that we need to know about the launch of the project, you know, when it's happening, the time that it's happening, so that, you know, we can get ready for it. As I'm sure the 3,000 people who are listening here, some of them just want us to get to that point already. So a little more information about that.
Okay, Frankie, I already said the time, but can I repeat it? Because when I said it, I told myself, is that a mistake?
I mean, at this point, we could just say it, and we also have some anti-sniping features in the smart contract with dead block. So go ahead, bro.
That's exactly, you know, we were really truly thinking about partnering up with the biggest launch pads on earth and going ham, okay, with it. But we were significantly worried about snipers, and we have done everything we can to reduce the probability of getting negatively affected by snipers, okay? But with that said, what I can tell you is that today, 8:28 p.m. Dubai time, you make the calculations yourself. If you live in Kuala Lumpur, Kamchatka, fucking Singapore, LA, I don't care. You make the calculations, okay? 8:28 Dubai. And go to, can I tell at least the decentralized exchange?
Yeah, everything?
Sure. Okay, yeah, okay. So we're doing, of course, 8:28, just go to Uniswap. And then for centralized exchanges, you should expect the largest tier one, most relevant tier one exchanges to be there for the first week. Everything is signed, everything is closed. We are just very, very mindful of when to give you the great news. We have a lot of great news, and we're not gonna give you all the great news in one go. We're gonna give you the great news separated in different branches, so the token continues to accelerate.
Okay, thank you for that info. Okay, so Mir, yeah. Yes, you are the first person with a question. So please, Mia, go ahead with question. One question, please.
All right. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Well, it's been a very informative VMA so far. So my question was actually based on regarding what I read on your website. So I read that users ought to stake some SHIA token before they can be granted voting right in Shiba game. So is there any stipulated amount of this SHIA token users must stake before they can be granted this voting power? And also, what kind of propositions can users actually vote on? Thank you.
I'm sorry, brother. I didn't understand shit.
All right, I can repeat my question one more time. So I read that users ought to stake some SHIA token before they can be granted voting rights. That's in the Shiba game. So I wanted to know if there was any stipulated amount of SHIA token users must stake before they can be granted this voting power, and also what kinds of propositions can users actually vote on. Do you get my
Frankie, you want to answer that?
Yeah, sure. I can chime in on that. So for everything that involves staking, we're going to release the full details when it comes to that particular feature of Shiba Saga ecosystem, because the initial idea is to have the community participate. Because, like I mentioned earlier, we're talking about the gaming industry, we're talking about the blockchain industry. Both things that you will find in those industries is community, right? So we want to give a voice to the community. However, we're still determining on how the actual staking is going to go within the ecosystem. Like Carlos said, we also have our NFT characters. We're going to be deployed within the ecosystem and also into the ShiaVerse. But I invite you to join our Telegram. Once we launch, we're going to reveal full details. By the way, our staking contract right now is being audited by a top three auditing agency from the space. So obviously, there's only three of them, so you can probably guess which one it is. But once that's completed, we will reveal all of the information on what staking complies of.
And just let's do something. Frankie, can you tweet right now? Link to our Telegram group, and just
Sure.
join our Telegram group. Everybody here. How many people are here? 2,000 what? I can't see the number. 2,338 people. If I don't see 2,337 people added up to the Telegram group, I'm gonna lose my shit. Just go there, ask any questions. Everybody will answer you. Any questions? Just don't talk to me in DM. This crypto project is a new experience for me, and I'm being spammed by 1,000 bots with female models as profile pages, and I'm losing my shit. Like Harley, are you really this person, Harley Quinn?
Yeah, hello.
Okay. Please,
Hello,
please go
Carlos.
ahead.
Motherfucker! I knew it. I was sure. You're
Please
one
take it
of them,
easy.
motherfuckers, bro.
Please take it easy.
God damn it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it happens, bro. Anyway, I gotta ask him, are you really here for the long term or not, Carlos? I just want you to air your thoughts. It seems you are a little bit tense right now.
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of context, just so you understand. Okay, I have other businesses going on. One of my biggest businesses in the private market has got an offer to sell for $500 million. I own majority of that. I have an investment fund. We are, I'm one of three partners, and we are managing $1 billion. This investment fund is immensely successful, netting 80% gross year over year. So you can divide the net of that as in profits between three founders, and that's my take on it. I can keep going, yeah, but this is not the reason. Money is not the only reason why I'm doing this, and thankfully I don't have to work anymore. I'm doing this because one day I'll be run over by a truck, or I might just get a heart attack, or just die from old, and I want to know in my heart that I was the number one in every single industry I became involved in. And so I come from video games, and I have an inherent belief that every single games as a service, just like Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Valorant, Call of Duty, Rocket League, Rainbow Six, you name it, all of these games will eventually be blockchain games. Why? Because just being blockchain games and continuing to sell these battle passes and cosmetics is objectively a better outcome than keeping it Web 2. And all these publishers know this is the case. I'm very close with All of these guys, Ubisoft, Riot Games, Activision, Blizzard, EA. I know these guys for many years, and I know exactly what their plans are. So my belief is that eventually blockchain games will be taking the majority of market share of video game competition, and the largest video games on the planet, Epic Games with Fortnite and the like. These will all become eventually blockchain games, yeah? And so I want to be the king of that. I want to be the leader of that. I want to make sure that when people think about who made the biggest change in blockchain games, people talk about my name. Of course, the money comes with that, but Yane, again, I can live a life of supercars in perpetuity. It's not right. That doesn't mean I don't want to make money with this. I do want to make money with this, and I will make money with this because I will create a successful project. But just to answer your question, I am here in the long run because I have taken 18 years of my life to build a reputation and a credibility that is unmatched. I have never sacrificed an ounce of integrity for dollars, and I will never do so. And that's why I have more money than I can count. Ask me how much money I have. I don't fucking know.
It's cool, Carlos. I wish you good luck.
I wish you too. 828. Change your profile picture.
Hello, can I ask my question?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so can you tell us more about how you'll be generating liquidity for your project, and can you tell us more about how your marketing plan for this project?
Well, thankfully, we have our CMO here, Frankie.
Yeah,
Wanna
sure.
take it?
Yeah, sure, I'll take it. So I'll start with the marketing plan. So like Carlos said, this is not a joke when we say that we've signed partnerships. Everything is concluded with the major KOLs, major luxury brands, major, communities, major tier one exchanges. Even the tier two exchanges want to list us for free. So that's not an issue there. When we're talking about KOLs, we're dividing them into two groups. One group for the traditional gamer KOLs, another group for the blockchain KOLs. So every partnership that we sign, moving forward, and everything that we signed already, it's in their intention to actually hype up the entire project. So the marketing plan is pretty much simple. We're going to rely on that. Within the community, we're going to be talking about doing leaderboards, rewards, airdrops, giveaway campaigns, challenges, tournaments, partnering up with other gaming communities, gaming cards, doing like inter-community challenges and everything. So that's a nice part about the marketing. And when it comes to how will Shiba Saga generate liquidity? Well, like I said, we have the trading pairs, we have the play to earn mechanism, the token buybacks as well, right? So we have the token burns, the staking mechanism, the NFTs, the ShiaVerse, the liquidity pools with our market makers, everything, the partnership collaborations, and community engagement, and also the utility behind Shiba Saga is very much unique. And like Carlos mentioned earlier, when was the last time you saw a play and earn project that had a docs team, that actually had a business license, that actually had a reputed UK law firm doing their legal opinion letters, that they already signed these tier one exchange platforms, right? So to me, as a trader myself since 2016, I've never seen a project check all of those, check marks. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually revealing all of it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And one last thing, are you open to working with other projects, other communities, in terms of promotion for your projects too?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're talking about marketing proposals like AMAs, of course, if you want, just go head over on a Telegram. We actually have a Google form. I'm actually reading through all of the marketing proposals because just like Carlos, I'm getting a ton of DMs. But of course, we're open to, engage with other communities. I would just like to invite you to our Telegram. And once you reach a Telegram, mention Frankie sent me here and I'll take a read at it. So just let me know once the form has been filled and I'll go read through it. But yes, of course, we're open to it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's answered my question.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you for the question.
Okay, can I ask my question?
Yes.
Carlos, I feel you. Crypto can be fucking frustrating sometimes. But yeah, quick question here. I like the project. I like what you've said. The team is very hardworking from what I've seen. But I want to ask, when it comes to play to earn, project that has gaming feature to offer, there is usually this mistake people make, project make, and it's the gameplay. They don't put effort in the gameplay because when your gameplay is good, you're gonna have so many people coming because the gameplay is good and the game is interesting, and definitely you're gonna have a lot of activity, a lot of community coming because yeah, the gameplay is interesting and they keep coming back, and definitely you're gonna have a lot of user database and a lot of friendly users. So yeah, how far and how committed are you guys in making the gameplay interesting for users so it can be fun for for users, and you can keep like more gamers on your platform because if the game is not interesting, like I'm a gamer, you know when I'm coming to your project, I'm going to look for if this game is it interesting for me. Can I spend my time on this game? I'm not going to even going to think about the rewards. First of all, I'm going to think about the gameplay first before I'm going to start thinking about the rewards. So like, are you confident enough that your gameplay is so interesting to keep gamers on your platform? So I don't know if you understand. And secondly,
Yeah.
I went through
Wait.
the website. I
Can you
went to
wait?
the
Can you ask that later? And let me answer that first.
Okay,
My
okay.
my my brain can't memorize when I go too deep. By the way, you have the when I hear you speak and your accent, I imagine the animal in your profile picture. It's very fitting. Um, so you have to understand a few things. Okay, number one, what my background is. My background is video games. I have been a video gamer, but not just at any level. I was a professional video gamer, so I understood game mechanics very, very, very well. Then I became a content creator, so I understood how to relate to people, what people like to hear, what people like to see, what people like to play. Then I created my own team, which the job of a team owner is not just to make your team win, but in which games? Where are you going to be deploying millions of dollars every year? You have to choose the games that you know are relevant today and will continue to be relevant tomorrow. You have to invest mind space and capital in games that are not relevant today and you think will be relevant tomorrow. And you have to understand how the hive mind of gamers work, right? You have to understand this goes as deep as to know why do you think Fortnite became the most played game on computer and consoles in the Western world? Well, there's a very clear reason that nobody knows. It's because Fortnite was copying different games like H1Z1, and before H1Z1, it was DayZ with the mod about Last Man Standing. And why did DayZ develop this mod, or why the players of this game developed this mod? Because of Hunger Games. When it became the most popular movie on the planet, in the most popular universe for a while, then people started asking themselves, what is the game I want to play? And that game ended up being Battle Royale, Survival of the Fittest, Last Man Standing, just like Hunger Games, right? So everything you see in video games is correlated to a cultural development. And this is something that you understand intrinsically when you know how to monetize gamers. And all publishers and all developers that are successful for one main reason only. They know which games people will want tomorrow and what type of gameplay people will want tomorrow. Like, you can argue Call of Duty is a shit game. Well, I will say it's not my cup of tea, okay? I'm more like Counter-Strike type of guy. But then you look, every single fucking year they break sales records. Why is that? Because they understand what people like to play. And they understand that every day that passes, people have less and less free time and less attention span. Meaning you need an arcade game that has a learning curve that is very, very easy at first. And the more you play it, the fun actually slowly goes down. Why? Because they know tomorrow a new game is coming out and people will move on, right? So you have to understand all of these aspects before knowing what to launch. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the games we are developing are already existing games that billions of dollars in total have been put into marketing to ensure people play these games. And they have billions of players playing these games. So we don't have to convince anyone that Candy Crush is a good game. The market has already decided that Candy Crush is a good game. What if we make Candy Crush but objectively better? Okay, well, that makes it interesting, right? Because we know that there is audience for it. We know people want to play it. And we know people, once they understand we have a better experience than Candy Crush, they will play our game. They can earn money, or they can finance their in-game cosmetics and boosters with the money they earn in the game. Or they can just straight up make a living out of it if they live in the Philippines, for example, right? And I actually had another point I wanted to make pertaining this. Oh, yeah, I remember now. I am very well connected with different studios, independent studios, and I have been exposed as a result of me being the founding CEO of the largest esports company in the world. You can imagine I've been exposed to immense amount of opportunities to invest in AA studios, and I am exposed as a team owner, you know, I'm exposed weekly to like 10 different games from publishers that want to pay us to put a team together in that game, right? So that that gives us the opportunity to get a first look into many of these games before they're developed and after they're developed. You know how many publishers will be wanting us to include their game as part of Shiba Saga as exchange for a few tokens, advisory tokens, and a couple, maybe 100,000 investment? Nothing. So what I'm trying to say is that we will always not only know what games are already proven and we will launch those games, but we will also have the opportunity to acquire and acquihire independent studios with already existing games to be launched under the Shiba Saga ecosystem. It's a long answer, but I need you to feel very comfortable about this because it's the core, is the vertebrae, is the support of the project ultimately, the quality of these games. You have any more questions? You can't speak or what? It says speaker, actually. Jenny, can you fix Mr. Monkey? Frankie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can you help Mr. Monkey to speak again? I don't know what's going on. Must be a bug of Twitter.
I think there's a glitch. I see some other people raising their hand. I'm gonna give the stage to Julian.
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Monkey, sorry, we can't answer your second question, but I hope the first question at least is answered. Sorry, brother. Julian, where is Julian?
Julian, I gave you the floor. It says, okay, now you can speak, Julian.
Jesus. What the fuck? Julian, I feel like your office is in NASA and a farm.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, I'll say before I should ask my question, I must comment like it has really been a wonderful session here. Like your confidence and everything about the game. It's really been wonderful. I've been listening to space and I've not really heard such confidence and legacy. People are really trying to keep or to invest in such a game. So what I want to ask about this project is what are some of the, let me say, like the basic feature you actually plan to put onto this game? Because I know there are many blockchain or crypto games that when they are brought into play, they get this let's say a massive actually crash or let we don't have many followers again. They start losing followers because they don't really update the game. So what are, like, let me say, experience and basic plan to into this such that it's going to have more and more generational followers the time to play this wonderful game?
Yeah, so my background makes it so I understand what makes the long tail of a community of players stay in a video game, right? Perfect example. I started playing League of Legends when the game came out, and I became a professional player in League of Legends, yeah? The game of League of Legends 10 or 11 years ago when I was playing it versus the game right now is just so vastly different. Like, the game right now is so much better in every way, shape, and form. And that is because this is a game as a service, right? Meaning the game is free to play, and you can purchase cosmetics in the game, and that is pretty much all the revenue, and battle passes in the game, and that is pretty much all the revenue that Riot Games makes from League of Legends, yeah? So they need to make the game as successful as humanly possible if the intention is to stay alive. That's why every couple of weeks there's a new patch, there's a new improvement, there's new cosmetics, there's, every season they change the gameplay a little bit, they freshen it up to ensure people return and to ensure people stay, right? We will have a similar approach with all the 14 games we're gonna launch, sorry. Every single game we launch will not just be launched and then forgotten. Every single game we launch will be launched and then improved upon as months go by. The development team will stay on that game, and they will have, eventually our development team will be quite big, because once you have 14 games up and running, development team has to, of course, keep those games up and running. And our intention is to generate a lot of revenue with these games, right? Because we want those profits to buy back our token and burn it. We want the token to continuously act as a deflationary, as deflationary in a way. So that will help it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, very well, it does. Thank you for that very wonderful answer. At least I'm very pleased and satisfied with this. So thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, with crypto, you never know, right? Because the market is fucking wild. It's like launching a public company, or making your company public, but on steroids. Like, at least when your company is public, there's of course a lot of market sentiment that might not be hand in hand with the P&L of the company, right? With the profit and loss of the company, or with the actual potential of the company. Sometimes you just have a situation like Elon Musk with Tesla, and that shit just bangs, right, for no reason. But that is very rare in the public market. However, the world of crypto is wild, bro. Sometimes you will have great projects that should be at $5 billion market cap, but don't pass the $500 million market cap. And that is because great project with shit marketing equals an underhyped project, right? So the best of both worlds is that you have a good product and you have good marketing. And I don't know why, bro, but crypto world is absolute dog shit at marketing. It's really unbelievable to me how bad it is. Now, I'm not saying I'm the Messiah here. I'm not saying I'm Moses and I'm gonna open the waters, okay? But certainly I will bring what I know to be true from Web 2 into Web 3, and inshallah, hopefully it works. I'm doing the best I can alongside our very capable team to increase the probability of this being a motherfucker project. Okay, that's all I can tell you.
Okay.
So Jenny,
I'm back.
I
I'm so sorry.
I have shit to do.
I
Sorry.
know.
How long do we want to do this for?
No, I'm sorry. We're supposed to have closed, but I keep having a lot of issues with Twitter or X or whatever it's called, and it's really annoying. But so
Don't
sorry
worry about it.
that.
I'll call my boy Elon and tell him to
Please,
fix Jenny's account immediately.
please. It's really
I'm going to WhatsApp him right away.
it's frustrating. All right, but thank you so much, for stepping in and covering for me while I had this issue. Thank you so much, and for everyone who asked questions, I thank you for your questions. I know that there were a lot of people that we couldn't take their questions, and like Mr. Carlos said, please make sure to follow Shiba Saga on X,
Mr.
Twitter.
Carlos.
Okay.
Mr. Carlos.
Mr.
You have to say Sir Carlos. You know, the Queen of England gave me the Sir title. You know that with the sword?
Okay.
I'm Sir Carlos.
Okay. Sir Carlos, make sure to follow Shiba Saga on Twitter or X or whatever it's called, and join the community. It's very important so that any questions that you have regarding the project will be attended to. Thank you again. Thank you, Sir Carlos, and thank you, Frankie, for
Join our Telegram.
Yeah.
Join our Telegram, or I will find you and destroy you. Okay?
Okay, guys.
Yeah,
The
make sure to
Telegram
join
group.
our Telegram.
Shiba Saga will post the Telegram group right now. Click it. We're 3,300 people. If I don't see at least 3,299 people join right now, I'm going to lose my shit.
Okay, everyone, yeah, go join the community, and I guess we'll see you in our next Twitter session. Thank you, guys.
I'll find you.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
bye, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jenny. Thank you.